Latest update on Cyclone Marcus, which is now a Category 5 on the Australian scale, and according to our latest estimates, also on the Saffir Simpson scale, with winds of 160 miles an hour and a pressure around 924 millibars. It's midnight on the west coast of Australia, the closest point to the storm. It's at 18.1 south, 108.8 degrees east, and the storm's expected to turn towards the south and then eventually maybe towards the southeast, towards Western Australia later on. This is what we're expecting in the next few days. You can see the storm staying away from land just about until its post-tropical transition as we enter early next week. You can also see another cyclone in the Gulf of Carpentaria there, which the model is predicting and picking up on. We'll obviously be watching that one as well, but as for Marcus, it could strike Western Australia with tropical storm force winds later on in the week. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. At the moment, it's 560 miles from Christmas Island, 435 miles from Exmouth. It's a stage 8 on the CDPS scale right now, so thankfully the storm is far away from land because it would have had catastrophic damages. No warnings are in effect. Here's the chances of storm conditions as we enter next week, or this weekend even, and then into next week. You can see the chances remain fairly low for tropical storm conditions as they're likely to stay just offshore by about 50 to 100 miles, but the chances of those conditions are still there nonetheless. Obviously the seas are going to be rougher along the western coast of Australia, especially as we enter early next week, and winds will probably be getting up to gusting perhaps to tropical storm conditions along many places along the west coast there. Rainfall doesn't appear to be a huge issue in the forecast, but we'll obviously monitor that as well. Sea surface temperatures are fairly high right now, 29 or 30 degrees Celsius, maybe even 31 in one or two places that Marcus tracked through earlier. Here's the wind shear graphic zoomed in on the storm right now, and you can see the dark blue and the dark green areas there showing rather low amounts of wind shear, but it does appear to be on a slight increase in the next 24 hours. This is how the storm's been progressing in the satellite imagery, which is our basis of calling Marcus a Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. We do expect it will be confirmed by the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre later on this evening. Already a Category 5 on the Australian scale, and that's been the case since earlier today Australian time. And you can see how it's been progressing on the satellite imagery there. The eye has really been starting to appear in those latest frames. The eye temperature is now into the positives in terms of temperature, which is a sure sign that this storm is now a Category 5, staying out to sea. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which is still under construction at this time. We're working on it. You can also find our YouTube page. Subscribe if you haven't already. Search Force 13. We're also on Facebook. Like our page on there, and you can follow us on Twitter as well, all under the same name, Force 13, all in text. You can also add our Skype account and my personal account on Discord. That's Fool13 and extension 9094 for tropical weather chat. And follow our regional channel for more updates, Force 13 AU and Oceania.